Hello BookTube, it's Eleanor here, and today I'm carrying on my week of thrillers with Black-Eyed Susans by Julia Heaberlin. This one is such a beautiful looking book. I love the cover of this, and the end papers are just amazing, covered in Black-Eyed Susans. So I'll tell you a little bit about the synopsis and then why I loved this book so much. Tessa, our main character, is found in a ditch with the bodies of other young women, and this whole area is surrounded with black-eyed Susan flowers. The only survivor of a serial killer, she's helped put the man away who is now going to be executed 17 years later in just a matter of months. She isn't 100% convinced that the right man was put behind bars. There's some still niggling feelings that perhaps there's more to it than she thought. There's some weird happenings that have been happening over the years that makes her think that maybe they got the wrong man. And she's also being contacted by some people who are advocating to get the man released and off death row. So we flit in this between past and present. We flit between the time when this happened, from when Tessa was found, and the things that happened to her, her psychologist visits, and her psyche afterwards, and how her life panned out. And then we're also following her in the present during this month before this man is being put to death, and you know, the things that are happening to make her think otherwise. She now has a 17-year-old daughter called Charlie, and she's just trying to live her life, but there's just things going on which are making her still feel slightly uneasy. The writing style in this is atmospheric and suspenseful. It's just what I look for in a thriller. I couldn't put it down, and I felt on edge and a little bit uncomfortable a lot of the way through. The writing style just had me like gripped, and I felt what Tessa was feeling, and it was really well done. There was hints dropped through the book on what might have been, you know, what might have happened, and I really enjoyed that sort of piecing it together. We're kind of piecing it together with Tessa because at the time she blanked out everything that happened. She couldn't remember. Her psyche has blocked everything from happening, and so we're sort of piecing these things together with her, which I really enjoy in a story. About halfway through the book I thought I'd got what was going on. I thought I'd like decided on it, and it was a twist that I was wrong about, and then the ultimate twist at the end was not quite as satisfying as I would have liked, which is why I didn't give it 5 stars, but it's still a clever ending and I really enjoyed it. It's well written, it's tense, it's one of those books where you're shouting at the protagonist, I know what's going on, this is what's happening, why can't you see this? Another thing I really enjoyed about this is that it was psychological over using graphic images and lots of blood and guts and gore to paint the picture. There wasn't any of that in here at all. It was all psychological. It was all in Tessa's psyche and the, you know, how it's made her feel now, and there wasn't any need for the violence that is in some thrillers and crime books, and I really enjoyed that. It was quite refreshing how she managed to keep that tension going even though there wasn't any of that in there. The book looks at memory and trauma, which I really enjoyed, and there are loads of forensic techniques that are discussed, which I found really interesting, and I'm interested to see how many of them are actual real life techniques that are used, because I found them fascinating. So all in all, this is a really brilliant book. I can't push it on you enough. I loved it. I nearly gave it 5 stars. The ending just went down to sort of 4.5, but I don't do half stars, so it has to be 4. But this is really good and definitely the best thriller that I've read this week so far. So really enjoy this one. Definitely look at picking up. If you like a page turner with short chapters, multiple timelines, the same character each time, so we've only got one point of view, but yeah. Oh, actually, tell a lie, there is somebody else's point of view at the very end of the book, but it's mainly Tessa's point of view, and I just thought it was brilliant. So that is Black-Eyed Susans, and that is my review for today, and it definitely gets my what a thrill stamp of approval. Anyway, that's it from me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now, BookTube.